I'd like to welcome everybody tonight to Sidney Community Schools High School Gym for what's shaping up to be a very good volleyball match between the visiting East Mills Wolverines and your hometown Sidney Cowgirls. East Mills comes in tonight with a 12-5 record and 1-0 in the conference, currently sitting second in the corner conference behind Stanton. And your Sidney Cowgirls currently have an 8-4 record overall and 1-1 in the conference, sitting fourth. As the final ticks of the warm-up clock tick down, we're being entertained by the Sidney Pep Band, and Nicole Zavadil always does a wonderful job. Had a fantastic showing at Popcorn Days in Hamburg this weekend. Always a nice addition to high school athletics when we get hometown pep bands here and putting on a show. As we get started, I'd like to announce the starting lineups for East Mills Wolverines. They'll be starting a 5'6" sophomore outside hitter, Losi Palmer, a 5'6" senior, a setter, Mia Goodman, a 5'2" sophomore, also a setter, Venna Sayers, a 5'8" senior middle hitter, Audrey Bobin, a 5'8" senior outside hitter, Riley Brodigan, a 5'11" junior middle hitter, number 14, Evelyn Stokes. And they round up the Wolverine starting lineup as a 5'2" senior libero, number 20, Jenna Thornburg. The head coach of the Wolverines is Connie Viner and assistant coach Sally Stokes. And the starting lineup for your hometown Cowgirls, they'll be starting a 5'8" senior middle hitter, Fallon Sheldon, a 5'6" junior outside hitter, number 4, Addie Haney, a 5'4" sophomore libero, Gabby Jacobs, a 5'5" senior outside hitter, number 14, Eve Brumbaugh, a 5'7" senior middle hitter and outside hitter, number 15, Lily Peters, and rounding out the starting line for the Cowgirls, a 5'3" freshman setter, number 23, Addison Foster. The Cowgirls are coached by head coach Brad Johnson, assistant coach Kathy Johnson. Our scorebook keeper tonight is Miss Teresa Fove. Our officials for this evening are Mr. Doug Mayer and John Nansen, and line judge, as always here in Sidney, the dependable Coach Dave Dowling and Coach Janice Shano. We'll take a brief timeout as Coach Lang is introducing the starters to our crowd, and we'll have a pause for the national anthem. Well, and after a wonderful rendition of our national anthem by Nicole Zavadil's pep band, we're ready to play some volleyball here in Sidney. There's our starting lineup with the substitution of Macy Graham coming out with our defensive specialist and libero Gabby Jacobs taking the floor. And East Mills does the same with Jenna Thornburg taking the floor and number 8 Audrey Bobin checking out in the starting lineup as we begin this match. Sidney will begin with the serve. Senior Eve Brumbaugh will begin the action this evening. Eve leads Sidney in serve success with 143 successful serves this season and third on the team with aces with 15. There's the toss and one underway. Thornburg back up to Bowman. Stokes in the middle. Stokes, we get a touch. Yeah, we do get a touch by Brumbaugh. 14, Evelyn Stokes with the power. Monster hit in the middle. East Mills draws first blood, 1-0. Back to serve is sophomore Lucy Palmer. Serve over and good. Passed up by Peters. Saved by Hanning. Brumbaugh hits free ball over. Sayers sets up Brodigan. Sidney keeps it alive. Brumbaugh again, free ball over. Sayers, right, Stokes, up for the block, off the net. Unreturnable by the Cowgirls. East Mills takes a 2-0 lead. I am joined by our athletic director, Aaron Lang, on this call. Coach, welcome.
Thanks for having me here, Coach. This excited here to get this game going. It's going to be an exciting matchup between East Mills and Sidney.
Palmer again with the serve, passed up to Foster. Foster sets up Hanning. Hanning with, we got a whistle. And violation on the Cowgirls. Double hit. So a great start if you're a Wolverine fan as they take a 3-0 lead. Palmer still at the service line. Serve over again. Peters pass up. Foster underneath. Nice set to Hanning. Hanning approaches it and hits ball deep, making the score 4-0.
Well, on that, Coach, there's somebody in the net. 4 was in the net there for East Mills, so Sidney ended up getting that point.
Thank you. I did not see that. So at 3-1, that puts Fallon Sheldon back to serve for the Cowgirls. Fallon second on the team in serve success with 126 serves. Dug by Thornburg. Brodigan with the hit. Saved Cowgirls. Peters up. Blocked back by Stokes. Foster up. Haney on the swing. And it's down and in. Cowgirls on the board offensively here, making it 3-2.
That was a good response there by the Cowgirls. Evelyn Stokes has come out, pounded a couple balls down early for the Wolverines. For the Cowgirls, that was huge there for Brumbaugh to get that and bring this back in within 1 early in the match.
Sheldon with final dribbles, ball up, jump serve over and in. And it's going to be just long. Wise decision by Thornburg. Wise decision by Thornburg to let that one go. Mia Goodman back to serve. Ball up and over. And great decision by Gabby Jacobs on our end, Coach. Both back row players, the defensive specialists, made good decisions on those serves. Point Cowgirls. Addie Haney at the service line. Up and over. And that time, Thornburg undecided what to do. The ball hits the ground. It's 4-4 Cowgirls. Addie Haney, talking about successful servers. Addie Haney leads our team with 20 aces on the year. She had one there. Got a back row attack by Thornburg, over, saved by Haney, up to Foster. Foster's gonna set Macy Graham. Macy Graham down, no, block back by Stokes. Good hustle by Brumbaugh. Haney hits the free ball over. Back up to Goodman. Stokes swings and down, nothing but the floor. Coach, Evelyn Stokes was a force last year on a very, very good East Mills team, so I would imagine that she's a focal point for our Cowgirls.
Yeah, she's definitely setting the tone early for East Mills.
Speaking of Stokes, she's at the service line. Good dig by Hanning. Set up to Lily Peters. Peters swings, but it's in the net. Bringing her score 6-4, East Mills. Stokes still at the service line. Stokes has 27 aces on the season. Ball up and over, great serve, good dig by Brumbaugh. Sidney gets the ball over, set outside to Brodigan. Dug by the back row, Lily Peters up, pushes the ball over and finds the floor. Just great placement, not a hard swing there, but just a smart placement by the senior. Down for the Cowgirls, 6-5. East Mills, Lily Peters back at the line.
That was a good response there by the Cowgirls. Get that point here. This is going to be a fun night going back and forth between these two top quality teams here in the conference, Coach.
Peters serves up and over. Overpass, attacked by Macy Graham, just like you're supposed to on overpass. We're taught go up and be aggressive, and Macy Graham was with her first kill of the evening. Knocks this up at 6.
You know, Coach, I think Macy Graham is probably one of our most surprising players coming on the team right now. I know she's been so exciting to watch here the last couple games.
Yeah, the last time we were up here calling one, we gave her the player of the game with the most kills, and she leads Sidney with kills. Back to the action, Haney back row up to Foster. There's Graham, just tipped this time. Goodman up, outside to Jones, blocked back by the Cowgirls with a block. With Sidney taking her first lead of the evening. Lily Peters still on the line. I'm not sure who got that block, but Fallon Sheldon has 24 in the season, along with Macy Graham, 17 for the Cowgirls. Lily Peters up, ball up and over. Dug in the back row, up to Goodman. Outside to Bobin, saved by Haney.
That's going to be a lift there on, I believe Lily Peters had the lift there to tie this game 7-7.
Brodigan back to serve, Riley Brodigan, your senior from East Mills. Good serve, dug by Haney. Pass it to Foster. Foster, just great placement. She was a little tight to the net, Coach. I knew she probably thought she could not get a good set off. Found a hole, tipped it over. Very smart, heady move by our freshman setter.
That was impressive there by a freshman setter there. You know, you usually don't see something like that, in my opinion, until they're junior, senior level. That's a good vision of the court.
Great
there
vision
by Addie Foster.
Gabby Jacobs for the service line for the Cowgirls, up and back row to Lawman. Bobin pushed it over. Haney up to Foster. Foster, nice set. Fallon pushed it over. Another tip. We've got a whistle. We've got a net violation on the East Mills Wolverines. Extends the Cowgirl lead to 9-7 with Gabby Jacobs back on the line. Jacobs up over, Lawman with the pass. Up front, Palmer hits it over, and just kind of a no man's land. Haney wasn't sure what to do. I believe there was communication back there. I see Gabby Jacobs saying maybe she had told her it was out. Lands just in, bringing the score 9-8. Still your Cowgirls. Number 6, Vinna Sayers on the service line. Serve up and over. Jacobs up to Foster. Foster set outside to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh swings. Just out of the reach of Mia Goodman, point Cowgirls. Coach, you talked about your freshman setter, and we got a sophomore libero back row specialist here. Two key positions. We've got some awful young girls that are sure.
Yeah, Gabby's shown a lot of improvement there since week 1. You can tell they didn't have a lot of RC time, but as the season's been going, it's been fun to watch.
And as we speak, Palmer hits it down, saved by Foster, up and over by Brumbaugh, free ball East Mills. Let's see what they can do with it. Passed outside. And they find the hole. Losie Palmer, again, nothing hard, but she was just intelligent and put it right where we weren't. Hits the floor, 10-9. Senior Jen Thornburg, seems like she's been playing for a long time, Coach.
Yeah, she has. She's been that mainstay in that defense over at East Mills for a while.
Haney to Jacobs, back to Haney, and in that transition, we get a net violation on the Wolverines, bringing the score 11-9 Cowgirls. Eve Brumbaugh's back to serve. Eve Brumbaugh has 15 aces on the year. Great serve. Dug out by Thornburg. Passed up. Stokes up the big swing. Good save by Foster. Great hustle by Haney. It was just kind of in the middle of nowhere, unable to get to it, but it wasn't because of lack of hustle. Point East Mills. Losie Palmer, the sophomore, serving for the East Mills. Up. Over. Pass by Peters. Up to Foster. Back out to Peters. I think we're going to get a carry. Yep. Got a carry on the set there. Knocks this thing up at 11. Palmer still serving. Good short serve. Great placement by Palmer there.
Yeah, that was very good serve there by Boise. They're just finding that open spot, served it perfectly for the ace.
Palmer serves with the 12-11 lead. Foster outside to Fallon. Fallon up. Sheldon blocked right back at her, but good dig. Good coverage by Addie Foster. Back row hit by Brumbaugh. Just not high enough to get over the tape. Falls back to our side. Wolverines extend that lead to 13-11. Palmer serve up, and Lily Peters up to Foster. Foster out, back set to Sheldon. Sheldon pushed over. Stokes up. Brodigan over. Peters with the swing, blocked back at her. Nice save. Got a push at the net. Free ball over. Jacobs. Foster on the hustle. Pass, back row attack by Haining. Stokes found herself a little close to net, pushes, but pushed it outside. It's point Cowgirls. Coach, that was our best rally of the evening.
Yeah, this is a good volley between both teams. You got two high-quality teams here playing each other. It's going to be a fun night. This is just set one. It feels like set 5 already.
Senior Fallon Sheldon serve for the Cowgirls. Jump serve over and in. It's going to be deep again. Fallon's had a couple deep tonight. She's really good at the service line. One of the best for the Cowgirls. Just a little deep on that. 14-12 Wolverines. Number 5, Mia Goodman's back to serve for East Mills. Mia Goodman leads. I was going to jinx her there. She leads East Mills with aces. And as I say that, she serves in the net, so the ball goes back over the net with the point Cowgirls. 13-14. East Mills leading. Addie Haining on the serve. Coach, that's 3 service errors in a row between the two teams, and the girls serving them are near the top of the conference. I think a little bit of adrenaline going on right now.
I'd say that adrenaline, a little nerves kicking in right now. Big game matchup for these two teams.
And now we got 4 in a row. Stokes, another great server in her own right. Just deep.
I mean, coming into the matchup, you got East Mills at 12-5. You got Sidney 8-4. Sydney's won their last, what did we say, 7?
Yeah, they started the season 1-4 and have rolled off 7 in a row. Lily Peters, finally we get a serve in. Sets up inside to Jones. Jones pushed over, saved by Peters, pass to Foster, up Macy Graham. Macy Graham blocked back at her, save, right back to Foster, outside to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh at the swing, blocked right back at her. He said, this time I'll push it. Passed up, Goodman to Jones, and it finds the floor. Jones, both teams took big swings, blocked, and finally Jones said, I'm just going to place this one instead of swing. It brings the score to 16-14, East Mills.
East Mills heights right there, Coach, is tough there. We're hitting the ball pretty good, and they've got 2 solid blocks up there at their tall girls.
Brogan with the serve, saved, passed up by Peters to Foster, sets up Macy Graham. Macy Graham from the outside and finds the back left corner. Great placement by Macy Graham. I felt like East Mills had a lot of momentum there when Palmer's back serving 5-6 in a row. You look at the scoreboard and it's still 15-16. 1-point match with Sidney trailing by 1 with sophomore Gabby Jacobs at the line. Serve over and in. Pass up to Goodman. Jones swing, block. Back to the Cowgirl side. Foster up. Brumbaugh with the swing. And that time she finds the floor. As she leads the Cowgirls with 113. No, I'm sorry, 75 kills. I apologize, looking at the wrong card. She's second on the team in kills for the Cowgirls with 75. Jacobs to serve again at all nodded up at 16. A little mishandle by Thornburg, but she's going to save it and pass it over. We got Haining to Foster. Backs up to Fallon. Fallon, a roll hit. Good block. That caught the tape. Good job, Lucy Palmer. Big swing. Sometimes it rides that tape just correct. It did for East Mills there. Falls on the side inside the floor, bringing the score 17-16 Wolverines.
With those big blocks up front, Coach, the Cowgirls are doing a good job of going cross court now with those blocks. Goodman with the serve that was well deep that time. There was really no question about that one. That just got away from her. Again, another very good server. In fact, Goodman leads East Mills with the serving percentage and aces. With that height and going straight ahead, the girls are going across court and finding some success that way.
Foster over and in. Big swing by Bobin. Back row attack by Jacobs. Set, we got Goodman up and right back at him. Block for the point. Cowgirls, I believe that was Fallon Sheldon on the block. And the Cowgirls take the lead back on a back-to-forth match. Your freshman's at the service line, Addison Foster. By Lawman, pass up to Bowman. Goodman, little overpass, but Haney pushed across. In the middle, we got Jones. Fallon Sheldon saving for the Cowgirls. Lawman to Sayers. And we got a touch. It was a big swing by Losi Palmer, and we got a touch Cowgirls at the net, nodding your score at 18. Evelyn Stokes re-enters the match for the Wolverines. Thornburg back at the service line. Up and over. Jacobs, pass up to Foster. Foster. Sheldon in the middle. Hit over by Palmer. Foster back to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh cross-court swing. Off of the block and down. Brumbaugh, the last couple swings, coaches look better. Again, you mentioned still in cross-court rather than right at that height.
Yeah, that cross-court helps, and she's swinging hard tonight, Coach.
Speaking of her, she's back at the line. Good serve. Stokes set up. Stokes swings. Dug out by Brumbaugh. Up to Foster. Foster outside to Lily Peters. Lily Peters on the swing. Looks a little deep. We do not have a touch on that. It's going to be point East Mills. This thing is all tied up at 19.
Well, here we go. Here's going to be our race to 20 here on the next one. We always said, you know, it's kind of that advantage being that first team getting to 20 points.
And the Wolverines have Losi Palmer back, and she is the one that started on a roll last time at this rotation. Big swing by Peters, but blocked out. Now Evan Stokes up, blocked, but saved by the Cowgirls, dug by Sheldon and Peters. Finally pushed over by Haining, but unable to dig out that second block on the big swing by Riley Brodigan. And this is where East Mills kind of went on a short run earlier in this set with Palmer back at the service line. So the Cowgirls need to get out of this service rotation for themselves here. To Jacobs, up to Foster, over to Haining. Haining the big swing, and they get out of it. Race to 20 while we're both there.
20-20, this is fun to watch, Coach. Both teams, it's just going, you can just tell how bad both teams want this game.
We'll see if Sheldon sticks with that jump serve. Nope, she's decided to stay on the floor this time after 2 hit deep. Thornburg passing up. Looks like East Mills is going to free this one over. There's Sheldon. Up to Foster. See if we can use this, Coach. Peters up. Big swing. Dug out by the Wolverines. Good attack by number 9, Brodigan, to our back row. Unable to dig it out with the Cowgirls. The Wolverines take a 21-20 lead. With Mia Goodman, 5'6" senior, back at the service line. Toss up, over in, pass up by Jacobs to Foster. Foster back sets middle to Lily Peters. Lily Peters on the swing. It was a touch. Set. Outside to Brodigan, saved by Jacobs. Back row attack by Brumbaugh. Saved by the Wolverines. Stokes in the middle, big swing. Saved by Brumbaugh. Push over by Haining. Goodman up. And I'm not sure that cleared the tape, and it didn't. That's 4 hits. Brodigan just didn't quite get over the tape.
Man, it seems like we are just tied back and forth, back and forth. This is fun volleyball.
Haining back to serve for the Cowgirls. All nod at 21. Good serve. Oh, good decision by Thornburg. Dumped a, I bet she's good at dodgeball.
I bet she is. That was
holy moly, look at her smile. She
second.
comes off the court. She said, I'm not sure how that missed me, but that's an athletic move right there and a good decision by Jenna Thornburg. East Mills takes a lead, 22-21. Stokes to the service line. Passed up by Jacobs to Foster. Foster sets up Graham. Graham just pushed it over, and we got a net violation. Point Cowgirls. Not sure it was, but I saw it jump. Coach, I was following the ball. My eyes saw the net go up and down, so somebody was in that thing. 22-22, senior Lily Peters back to the line for the Cowgirls. It was dug out by Lawman. It was an overpass hit back by the Cowgirls, but saved by the Wolverines. Just a tip by Brumbaugh. Tip back over by the Wolverines. A little confusion. Got Brumbaugh with the big swing. Lawman up to Sayers. And we got a good block by Macy Graham. Now Graham on the attack. Good dig by Goodman. And that's going to be wide by Brooke Jones. Brooke Jones got, she was not in the starting lineup, Coach, but she's had most of the action up front, and I think, in this set. They've really been feeding Brooke Jones, number 7.
Man, the other thing that's curious, just surprising me, Coach, nobody's taken a timeout yet. We're 23-22.
Another great serve dug out by Lama, but it passed over the net and deep. And we're at set point. Set point in the first set. Now we've got our timeout. Coach Connie Viner says, let's talk about this. Because I tell you what, as well as our teams played, to find themselves down by 2 at this juncture, I think she feels like, hey, we only need one small break here and then come back and get the set.
Yep. Hopefully the Cowgirls don't lose the momentum here. Usually after that timeout, it's a lot of killed momentum, and hopefully that is not the case here. And we go ahead and put away this first set here and go up 1-0 on East Mills. As we got a little time here, thank you to some of our sponsors. We got a good scoreboard project here going on. And with the scoreboard project, we're going to have a video board, new scoreboards here in the gym and down at the football field. And I'd like to say big shout out to Shenandoah Medical Center, HFC, and now I'm drawing Arbor Bank for being our anchor sponsors and helping us out here. Let's get back to some volleyball.
Lily Peters toss up, serve over and in, dug out by Lumen. Passed up to Goodman outside. Pushed over. Saved by Jacobs up. Macy Graham for this, blocked right back at her, and we got a whistle. What do we got? We have a net, 4 hits. That didn't clear the tape. We got 4 hits on the Cowgirls. Point Wolverines, 24-23. With Riley Brodigan going to the line. Serve up, over in. Hanning, pass up to Foster. Foster outside to Graham. Graham swing, blocked right back at her. Saved by Graham, back to Foster. To Brumbaugh this time. Brumbaugh hit off the touch. Saved by Lahman. Oh, but there's nowhere to go. Number 9 could not get to it. Brodigan could not get over Lahman, who had sprawled on the floor. First set, 25-23, Coach. I tell you what, seems like I did a lot of talking there.
Yeah, that was a fun one right there, watching some volleyball. You can just tell the excitement level between these two teams, the energy, they're going back and forth, the hustle. Wow.
Yeah,
what I can say there.
That was an exciting set. 25-23, don't get a whole lot better than that. Sidney Cowgirls take set 1 with a 1-0 lead during this short break. Yesterday, our cross-country runners ran coach down at Tarkio under the guidance of Coach Steve Meyer. Our junior high cross-country runners had a pretty good finish. I believe in the girls' side, Lily Athan got second. Kyla Spurlock got third, and Charlie King got sixth, I believe, if I saw the results right. And in the male division of our junior high, Brody Buttrey ran sixth. And at the high school division for the boys, Carter Buttrey finished 8th to lead our boys team. Okay. So a really good showing.
They're really good job there by our cross-country girls and boys. They've been doing really good. Good job to see Flint, Carter, and those guys run some magnificent times down there. And just the junior high girls, they're fun to watch with Kyla and Lily Athan both running very well, and then Charlie King as an 8th grader going out and running. It's fun to watch them. And the other one that's a big surpriser for me, it's really improved, is Brody Buttrey is very, very much improved on the cross-country course.
Yes. He likes to run. He was a miler for us in junior high, Coach, on the track.
Well, looking a little bit at that, Coach, I've got unofficially, I have Eve Brumbaugh with 3 kills, along with Addie Haining, and then Macy Graham with 2, and then Lily Peters and Addison Foster both had 1. This is just unofficial that I've got going down there in the first set. And then Diggs, we had 7 by Gabby Jacobs to lead us there on the Cowgirl side.
Jacobs getting ready to check into the match here before we get started, taking final instructions from assistant coach Kathy Johnson. I don't know. I know if you're a Sidney fan, you don't want to hear this next comment, but this sure has a feeling of maybe going 5.
Yep, with the way both teams are playing, this thing's going to be a dogfight. So we'll see if we can come out here with the same momentum we had there in game 1, see if we can't take game 2 here.
Palmer to begin the action here for the East Mills Wolverines. Again, this is a rotation they really like. They scored a lot of points with this in the first set, passed over. We got Peters over to Hanning. Hanning down. Gets the Cowgirls off on the right foot. Point home team.
Kept that momentum, getting that first kill to start the match, Coach.
Eve Brumbaugh, the senior, up and over. And just deep. Just deep right. All tied up at 1. Mia Goodman for the Wolverines back at the line. Serve up and over. Jacobs pass up to Foster. Foster up. Haney at the big swing. Save Goodman. It's going to be pushed over by Thornburg. Thornburg free over to Sidney. Jacobs to Foster up to outside. Lily Peters, a big swing and deep. We're going to get a touch. No touch. Oh, I think they called a net.
I think 7 was in the net,
yep.
I believe is what they're saying there.
Yep, they
2-1
got
Cowgirls.
Brooke Jones in the net for the Wolverines. Point Cowgirls. Fallon Sheldon back to serve. She usually jump serves, Coach. In the first one, she had trouble finding her footing with that jump serve. Decided to serve with both feet on the ground. It works again. Goodman outside of Jones. Tipped over by Foster. That was Brodigan, sorry. Foster up to Graham. Graham hits it over, just roll hit. There you go, Goodman to Stokes. Stokes with a big swing, but it did not clear. Oh, they called a touch. It's going to be a block. I thought they hit the tape, but we'll credit those Cowgirls for a block.
Can you guess who was there?
You tell me.
Macy Graham.
Macy Graham. Aforementioned. Fallon Sheldon up and over, good serve. Dug out Goodman, pushed over by Stokes. Foster with a save up to Haney. We're just going to pass that over free. And guess what? We'll take that. Anytime you can pass the ball over for a point, kind of brings a grin out from
Sometimes on those second hits, you get them sleeping a little bit, waiting for that third, because you got two teams that are hitting the ball hard tonight.
Sheldon again. Thornburg to Goodman. Aside to Brodigan, off the touch, but to the floor. Macy Graham got a hand on it, but it fell on the floor before Brumbaugh could slide underneath of it.
As I'm saying right there, Brodigan brought the swing right there.
Yeah.
That was hard to come up with.
Jacobs back into the match. Sheldon will take a seat. Stokes the line. Up and over, good serve. To Jacobs, up to Foster, a little close to net. Unable to handle that pass as it found the floor underneath the net. Point Wolverines. Cowgirls did jump out to a 3-point lead, which is one of the biggest we've had so far tonight, but answered very quickly by the Wolverines. Brumbaugh with the dig and overpass and out of bounds. This thing is tied up at 4.
Just like that early 4-1 lead has been erased by good play there by East Mills.
Stokes, that was a very good serve by the 5'11 junior. Another great serve. Handled back by Foster, or Jacobs, pushed up and over by Peters. Outside to Brodigan, swing, good save by Jacobs. Foster to Lily Peters. Peters swing, blocked back out, good save by Jacobs. Pushed over the net by Peters. We got a whistle for Stokes making some hay here for the East Mills Wolverines. A little lighter serve this time. Graham up and over. Goodman outside of Brodigan. Brodigan a big swing off of Addison Foster. Point Wolverines. Now they have stormed back to erase that 3-point deficit to take a 2-point lead of their own.
Yeah, that's 5 straight right now for East Mills.
Another good serve. Passed up by Brumbaugh. Big swing by Graham. Block back at her. Pushed over by Peters. Goodman pushed over. Saved back row by Brumbaugh. Up. Big swing by Graham. Off the block. Scramble by East Mills. And it's down to the floor. Macy Graham. Big swing off the block.
Good court vision there by the Cowgirls.
Substitution, Kendra Lawman comes into the game. Kendra enters the back row specialist, or back row player, I guess, for East Mills. To serve right at her. Good pass up. Goodman pushed it over, tapped right back at her by Graham and Lily Peters. Back row saved by Jacobs. Pass up to Foster. Big swing by Lily Peters. Block, and the block is down and in. Great block by Brooke Jones.
Really good block there by Brooke Jones. Good hit by Lily Peters, and just good defense there by East Mills.
Riley Brodigan back to serve. Good serve. Nice dig back there by Jacobs. Peters the swing there. Overpass. And Graham says no, that's not going to happen. Here's how hey, that's twice she's done that tonight, just waiting there for the overpass and attack.
That was very good. Just waiting for it and just puts it down. I'm glad she's not missing on those, because sometimes you see that big ball ready and you're ready to hit it and you just hit it right in the net, and she didn't there. She put it down.
Senior Lily Peters back at the line for the Cowgirls. Tips the net, goes over. Pass back. Foster said, I'll tip it over. Free ball over from East Mills, falls harmlessly out of bounds. Knots the score up at 7. That one caught too much of the net. Her first one tipped the net and rolled in. That one didn't quite get there. Then Sayers, sophomore, back to serve. Serve over. Peters with the pass, up to Foster. Outside attack by Brumbaugh, blocked right back at her. Good court coverage by Peters. Again, Brumbaugh pushes this one over. Saved by the Wolverines. Big swing by Palmer, down and in. Very good placement. Cowgirls thought maybe it was out, but that ball was in, called by Coach Shano with the right call. 9-7 Wolverines. Sayers still at the line. Up and over. Pass up by Haining. Foster outside to Graham. Graham with the swing. And great swing by Macy Graham. And with that, she said, I'll take a seat. And then comes Fallon Sheldon to play the front row as Gabby Jacobs goes back to serve.
Just like set one, going back and forth here, Coach.
Jacobs' serve is good. Sayers. Big swing by Boban. Pushed over by Foster. Saved. East Mills scrambling. Got the free this one over. Great job by the Wolverines to dance around each other. Foster sets up. Fallon with the roll hit. Saved by the Wolverines. Passed up to Palmer. Palmer pushed it down. Great save by Lily Peters. Fallon Sheldon pushed over. Rolls on the tape. Back over. Kendra Lama. Nope, that wasn't Lama that pushed over. But we got Foster setting it up to Sheldon. Sheldon, another tip. Free ball over to the Cowgirls. Now we're getting system here. Up. Swing by Brumbaugh and down. That was a point of scrambles until we finally got in system a little bit and took care of business.
That was fun, Coach. I mean, you just had scramble after scramble, girls diving on the court, and then a good set and spike there by Eve Brumbaugh to put it away.
Jacobs with the serve, good serve up and over. Sayers with the set, outside to Palmer. Palmer, big hit, saved by Jacobs. Graham with a little flat-footed hit there from the back row. Boban stands there from the spike line and rolls it across, and without an answer from the Cowgirls, they take a 10-9 lead. Senior Jenna Thornburg, ball up, ball over. Jacobs pass up to Foster. Foster back set to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with the swing, and off of an East Mills player. That's Thornburg with the save, attempted save, not to score at 10. Freshman Addison Foster back to the service line.
This is fun volleyball going back and forth.
Foster with the serve up and over. Set by Sayers. Stokes with a little roll. Pass from Brumbaugh. Back out to Haining. Haining with a big swing. Off the tape. We got a whistle. I think it's a net violation on the Wolverines. Foster continuing to serve. Coach Connie Viner talking to the officials. Point has not been awarded yet. Now it's been awarded. Coach Viner got her answer and takes a seat. 11-10. Foster serve up and over. Pass by Thornburg. Overpass attack by Sheldon. Right back up. A great return by East Mills. Back up to Foster. Foster set. Sheldon up. And block is out. Good block by the Wolverines. Just landed out. Holy moly.
That was a good job of getting the ball back over by East Mills. And then a good block after Fallon came back a second time. Just unfortunately for East Mills, it went out of bounds.
Foster up and over. Thornburg pass. It's going to be probably freed over by number 5, Goodman. Good save by Foster. Up and a big swing by Sheldon. It's off an East Mills player to the wall. Point Cowgirls.
There we go. Extending that lead a little bit to 3. See if we can extend it a little bit more here.
The freshman on the line doing her job. Foster again. Up and over. Pass up. Sayers on the run. Sets up Stokes. Stokes with a big swing, but doesn't clear the tape. It's right back out. Well, they did say it cleared the tape. It's a block by Sheldon. She'll add that to the stat book. I wasn't sure it got over the tape, but it did. Coach Feiner says we need a timeout. We can't afford to let this Sidney team roll out to a too big a lead.
Yeah, it was an early timeout here this game, as opposed to last time we waited till point number 23 for our first timeout. But no, some really good volleyball going back out. I think this is one of our larger leads of the night of 4 points between the two teams.
Well, if you are watching on the stream, again, as I welcomed you when it first started, welcome to the Sidney stream. If there's any type of difficulties or anything like that, feel free to shoot a text our way. We'd like to make this experience enjoyable for you watching at home. You can text 402-618-3406 if you have something to add, announcement, if it's appropriate. We'll sure give you a shout out if you send us a message, or more importantly, we'd like to correct anything. If something is wrong with our volume or our cameras, please let us know. Talked to Coach Johnson today. He said the word of the week was be aggressive. That is, stay aggressive. He wants him to swing and swing and swing. Okay, so if he gets to tipping too much, too many pushes, he's not going to be happy. He wants his Cowgirls to swing and swing and swing.
Nope, that's good. Yes, keep swinging. Sometimes you see teams get in trouble when they get blocked a time or two and then they quit swinging and they just start pushing. Good thing the girls are still hitting here tonight.
Foster with another good serve over. Sayers outside to Goodman. Goodman with the big swing. And it is called in. Tough to see from this angle, but there was no hesitation from line judge Dave Dowling. Said that ball was in.
That was a nice cross-court swing there by East Mills.
Yeah, Palmer at the line again. This their favorite rotation, at least tonight. As Jacobs pass up to Foster. Foster outside to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh hit it blocked right back at us. Stokes and Brodigan on that block, down and in. Point Wolverines. At this point, that looks like a smart timeout. Connie Viner, her team managers, come out of that timeout with 2 straight points. Serve up and over, pass up by Peters. To Foster, big swing by Haining. Dug out, back to Brodigan, over. Jacobs to Foster. Up, Brumbaugh with the swing. And that ball lands out, but it's off of an East Mills player. Says it's a tip, point Cowgirls. Brumbaugh take the momentum back to the service line. Serve up and over. Outside, Brodigan with the swing. Dug out by Peters. Great and good save by the Cowgirls. Fallon Sheldon. Back up, Stokes another big swing. Blocked right back at her. Good save. Again, Sheldon didn't make the tape, but Peters saves over. Push at the net. Back to Peters. Foster up. Peters again with the swing. She decides to swing. She tips. Everybody out of sorts here. Finally, we'll start this thing over. We'll get back in system with Foster to Haney with the swing. Good save by East Mills. Up and over to Goodman. Haney sets outside to Little Peters. Peters swings. Back to Foster to Haney, outside to Sheldon. Sheldon with the swing, and she's got a placement off of an East Mills player. Point Cowgirls.
That was a good volley going back and forth between the two teams, keeping it in, diving around. Fortunately, Fallon Sheldon puts it down.
That is not the first time tonight we've had a volley or a rally where girls are just diving over each other, scrambling to save the ball. Overpass by Thornburg. It works, though. It's saved out here by Goodman. Lily Peters up with the swing for the Cowgirls. Sayers up outside. Great swing by Brodigan. There was nothing light about that. There was no push or tip there. She was all swing.
Yep.
Mia Goodman, the 5'6" senior, back for the Wolverines. The service line, ball up, over and good. Brumbaugh the pass. Jacobs to Sheldon. Sheldon to the back row. Looks like we're going to get a free ball back at us, and it's going to be out.
That's big. That extends our lead to 4 here on the night. See if we can extend that a little bit longer. Take here to go up 2-0 would be huge for our Cowgirls.
Neither team passed well on that point, but it eventually caught up to East Mills with passing over and out. Goodman overpass put back by Peters. Pass over to Cowgirls, see if we can use this. Pass up. Foster to Graham, and Graham with maybe her first hitting error of the evening as she hits it long. Back to East Mills, 17-14. Evelyn Stokes back at the line. A lot of success last time she was back there. Good serve to Jacobs. Good pass up to Peters. Peters swings and down in. Good placement by Lily Peters. The senior had 71 kills coming into this evening. She's added a few as we go. Now Addie Haining back to serve for the Cowgirls, an 18-14 lead. And Addie Haining withstood our team in serve success coming into this evening. She had 117 good serves. She's added to that already this evening. Serve up, over and in. Passed up. And we're going to have a violation on the Cowgirls. Net violation on the Cowgirls. Handing the ball back to the Wolverines at 18-15.
Those are the things that are a little bit frustrating, is just little points like that where you're in the net or, you know, just giving easy points out instead of making them really get it where they got to put something down.
And as you say, that's got to be frustrating for the Cowgirls. Connie Viner on the other side is going, oh my goodness. We just got that break and we gave it right back with a service error right into the net.
Yeah, nothing more just frustrating when you get the time to serve and then you serve it in the net. And we've seen a lot of just service errors on serves.
Lily Peters up, over and in. Goodman sets up. Outside to Palmer, Palmer down, and Sidney unable to return it. As Graham tried to push it over. Too close to the net, push it right in the net. Wolverines get the ball back. Side out, 19-16.
I like that idea of going there on second hit there, because you don't usually see that with Macy. It just didn't work out.
Sayers up and over to Foster, close to net. Pass was just too far close to net, and that became a height advantage East Mills. Probably not going to win that battle with freshman Addison Foster going against Aubrey Bobin on that. East Mills down with the point, 19-17. Serve over and in. Haining pass up to Foster. Foster scrambles. Nice pass out. Or set to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh cross court. Thornburg unable to handle it. Kill. Brumbaugh, 2017. Gabby Jacobs back the line.
You know, watching Coach Johnson there on that one, Coach, right before that one play, looked like he was wanting to call a timeout, and he's like, I'm going to wait. Good thing he did with Brumbaugh putting it down again there for the Cowgirls.
Jacobs serve up, over in. Passed up by Lahman. Sayers sets it up. Bobin with the kill. We have a violation. Nice set of kill. I'm in a swing. The ball did not return, so it is point East Mills. Thornburg back at the line.
This is big for East Mills as they just got Evelyn Stokes back in the front row.
Peters pass up to Foster. Foster set outside to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh, little missed timing. She's going to jump. Thought better of it. Nice swing by Palmer. Saved by the Cowgirls and just missed hit by Eve. Came off her hand wrong, makes it 20-19. We'll see what Coach Johnson. Coach Johnson up and talking, trying to encourage his Cowgirls. Thornburg with serve. Serve up, over. Caught the tape but rolled in. Foster outside to Sheldon. Sheldon with the big swing and finds the court and in. That was needed, Coach. That was going to knot up at 20, but instead Cowgirls take a 21-19 with freshman Addison Foster going back to the line.
That was a good cross-court hit. You know, I was watching Coach again there to see if he was going to call a timeout, and didn't, so it paid off.
Foster serve up, over in. Thornburg pass up. Sayers. Palmer over. Push over by Haney, and we're going to have a violation. Double hit. They called double hit on Addie Haney on that push. Bring the score 21-20. Lucy Palmer making her hay at the net, but also has served well out of this rotation for the Wolverines. Up, over, in. Peters to Foster. Foster outside to Haney. Haney with the big swing. And down and in. Point Cowgirls, 22-20.
Here you go. Now you got Eve Brumbaugh back to serve for you here. As the Cowgirls should be feeling pretty confident here with Eve back there on the service line.
One of the better servers in the corner conference. One of the better volleyball players all around, Coach. She's played a lot of volleyball in her career. Looks like we're going to get a free ball back to the Cowgirls. We got Brumbaugh in the back row up to Addison Foster. We're in the middle of Fallon Sheldon. Fallon Sheldon swing, saved by Thornburg. Thornburg on the run. Nice save. Great save by Sayers, but Wolverines unable to push it back across the net. Cowgirls take a 23-20 lead. We'll see if Coach Viner uses her timeout here. Nope. Eve Brumbaugh at the service line. Yep, there she does. Thought she might. She just a little delayed.
Good timeout. 3 points. Cowgirls are 2 points away from taking set 2. As East Mills, it would be, you don't want to see this go 2-0 Sidney. So try to take down that momentum a little bit from the Cowgirls and see if you can't come back here and get a run of points yourself here.
You know, we both coach for a living, correct? Once in a while.
Once in a while, yes.
I enjoy watching great coaches in action, and we have Connie Viner, one of the best to ever be on the side court for the Wolverines. And Coach Brad Johnson starting his career, and over across the way is Kent Larson, who, along with Coach Amy McClintock, who is listening at home, Hall of Fame coaches, and Kent and Amy led this program and built this program and took over, from where Larry Hummels first started this thing back in the 70s. And we're surrounded by great volleyball minds this evening.
Yeah, it's fun to watch great coaches coach here and see if it pays off for Connie here on that timeout. Here as we go, 23-20.
Brumbaugh serve up, over, and not in. Did not clear the tape. I said over too early.
Yeah, it's one of those, Coach. It's like icing a kicker right there. You sit there and make them think about the serve they got coming up, and look what happens here. Now you got East Mills, one of their better servers here at the service line.
Mia Goodman, the senior. Ball over. Pass up by Brumbaugh to Foster outside to Sheldon. Sheldon with the big swing. Great hustle by the Wolverines. Hit it back over, back row attack, and off of Lily Peters. She was trying to pass, just missed pass. 23-22. Now we'll see Brad Johnson take a timeout here, I believe. Nope. I thought he stood up in motion for a timeout. Yeah, he did, and the officials did not see it. I thought he did. Timeout Cowgirls. Brad says, it worked for Coach Viner. Let's see if it works for the Cowgirls.
Well, let's see if we can hope that the timeout will work for us like it did for the Wolverines right there. They came back, rattled off 2 points, bring it back in, 23-22 to make this tight match here. We're like where we were in set 1. So you got two teams here that, the Cowgirls, if they drop this one, it's going to be a lot harder to battle back in the conference ranks, as we've dropped that match to Stanton. East Mills still has Stanton coming up down the road. So if the Cowgirls could take this one from East Mills, it'll definitely help the odds and chances of potentially being in that ranks of corner conference championship.
Absolutely.
Type deal. Obviously, with a little help with East Mills and Stanton later.
It's still so early in the season, but still, this feels like a big, big match for both teams, especially your Cowgirls. Serve up, over, and good hustle by Lily Peters. Addie Henning does push it back over. Free ball for the Wolverines. We'll see if they can use it. Set Stokes in the middle. Stokes up. Big swing block off of Sheldon to the floor. Match knotted at 23.
Man, she went up for a big swing there, and I was waiting for her to just hit the ball and put it down, but just nicked it. And still got the kill, but it wasn't as pretty as what you'd think.
Goodman serve. Over to Jacobs. Up to Foster. Swing by Lily Peters. Off the block. Saved by the Wolverines. Up outside to Brodick, and Brodick the swing. Push back, block back by Sheldon. Stokes in the middle, big swing, good job by Brumbaugh, over. Goodman up to Stokes, Stokes a big swing to the end. Brumbaugh unable to save this one, 23-24, match point Wolverines. Brumbaugh did a great job of digging out the first attack by Stokes, unable to dig the second one. Great job by the junior from East Mills.
I sit there and tell you, Stokes kept calling for that ball. Give it to me, give it to me. She hit it, hit it, and hit it. Unfortunately, Brumbaugh just couldn't bring that last one back over.
Goodman with the serve. Jacobs the pass. Peters with the swing over. They're going to set Stokes again. Why wouldn't you? Blocked back this time by Sheldon. Pushed over. Good save by Jacobs. Foster, see if the Cowgirls can't get a swing going home. Haney blocked back at her. Saved by Haney to Foster. Peters off the net. Swing, but finds opening in the court. After all those big swings, that's the one that goes home. Great placement by Lily Peters.
Good vision, 24-24. Extra volleyball here in set 2.
Fallon Sheldon back at the line. Senior, this is who you'd want, Coach. Fallon over and in. Thornburg save. We're going to get a free ball back at us. Can the Cowgirls use it? Back row to Brumbaugh. Pass up to Foster. Set in the middle. Graham off the block. Thornburg to save. Up to Goodman. To Stokes. Stokes the big swing. This time Brumbaugh does save it. Stays off the ceiling. Graham pushed it up. Peters going to get a chance. Push over tip. Good save by the Wolverines. Back over. We got Brumbaugh up to Foster. Foster in the middle with Graham again. Block back at her. Graham saved it to Haining. Outside to Peters. Peters roll hit. Wolverine scrambling. Brodigan going to swing. Over. Saved by Brumbaugh. To Foster. Haining with the swing. Wolverines push it up. Brodigan's going to pass it over. Free ball for the Cowgirls. Can we use it to Brumbaugh. To Foster. Outside to Peters. Peters swing. It's blocked. It's right back and it falls down on the Wolverine side of the net. All that Cowgirls point.
Man, this is I'm just in awe watching this, Coach. You know, I have not coached girls wrestling I've coached, but just watching the communication between these two teams. They're putting balls down, and you see very good communication between both teams, so you're not running into each other, and it is fun volleyball to watch.
A lot of action out here. Sheldon serving for the set for the Cowgirls. Thornburg on the pass up. Foster over, and there's a block back. I didn't know if it cleared the tape, but it did. It was blocked back at him. Okay, saved by Foster. Cowgirls get a chance. We'll free ball back to East Mills. Thornburg overpass, attacked by Graham, and it's down. Boom! Cowgirls set 2.
Wow. Overpass it, and you hope she doesn't miss it. Who was it?
Macy Graham again, right? And look at her teammates and Coach Johnson shoving her around. She is on fire, and they know it. They appreciate the work at the net by the junior.
Oh, man. You know, Macy Graham's not a name you've heard in the Cowgirl lineup the last couple of years. You know, you expected, Fallon Sheldon played a lot of volleyball with Eve Brumbaugh playing with those teams, Addie Haining. You know, they got a lot of time the last couple of years. And Macy, she didn't get a lot of time because of the girls that were in front of her.
Absolutely.
With Caden Payne and some of those other big hitters, you know. And to see her come out, it's just unexpected to see Macy come put it down, and she's doing a great job.
You know, and that speaks volumes because we're in a world today, and we mentioned we coach, and it's like this everywhere. Right now, kids just expect to play. And when they come in, if they don't see the court or the field or whatever, the mat, as freshmen, sophomores, sometimes you lose them. They don't come back because they don't play. This is an example of what happens when you set, you work hard, you pay your dues, you learn from the players that you're setting and watching. You get your chance, you take advantage of it. It's what Macy Graham has done, and she is doing very well.
Yep, she's coming on, and this isn't a knock to the other girls because Eve Brumbaugh is doing a phenomenal job tonight. Communication, digging that ball up in the back row, killing it when she's in the front row, and needing Fallon Sheldon getting the blocks down up front and big swings, seeing the court both sides. You know, I'm not saying they're not as important as Macy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I expected them to be these top level players for our girls. Macy's kind of coming out of the shadows of everybody else and showing, hey, we're okay. We don't rebuild, we just reload.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Eve Brumbaugh, back row. She made her name in the back row here in this second set because Stokes hammered a few, and she dug probably 4 of the 5 that came at her. And tremendous back row play, a lot of passes from that back row up to our setter, Addison Foster, who was running all over, making sets for her teammates.
Yeah, and kudos to East Mills. They did a great job of they had probably 2 or 3 runs where they were down by 3-4 points, and they kept battling. They never gave up. And then Stokes came in at the right time for East Mills and just give me the ball. I'm going to hammer it. And she was putting it down. For the most part, Eve was digging them up, but there's some where she couldn't. And, I mean, Evelyn Stokes is just showing us what type of volleyball player she is, as she's been behind, Emily Williams up there at East Mills for the last couple years.
Yeah, she's a pretty good volleyball player. That Williams girl?
Yeah.
She's all right, wasn't she?
I'd like to see you take try to dig one of the balls up that Emily Williams hits.
Not a chance. I know what else I couldn't do, outrun her either.
No.
She did all right on the track. I tell you what, I said after set 1 it couldn't get much better. Number 2 was better. What are we in for set 3 here? It'll be interesting to see what does that do to East Mills. They came back and fought so hard, and had a match point, maybe had 2 match points, and Cowgirls still come back and rally and win that one. So we'll see where the psyche is right now. These first couple points should set the tone.
Yep.
Brumball begin the action in set 3 for the Cowgirls. Serve up, over, in, pass up. Sayers overset, pushed down by, is that Fallon Sheldon.
Fallon Sheldon, our 2 middles. I'd like to say I'd take our 2 middles over a lot of teams right now. I mean, Fallon Sheldon and Macy Graham, wow.
Brumball serve, up, over, in. Up here to Sayers. Big swing out by Stokes. Foster, good hustle by Lily Peters, rolls it over with the pass. Goodman up, hits the tape, rolls down the net, and falls inbounds for the Wolverines. Not going to let the Cowgirls run out to a 3 or 4 point lead in set 3 like they did in set 2. Losi Palmer back to serve. Serve is over. Peters pass up to Foster. Foster backs up to Sheldon. There's Sheldon with the just tip. The set was a little tight to the net. All she could do was try to push it over. Fallon, being the heady senior, attempted that. Just blocked right back at us. Palmer with the serve. Lily Peters again to Foster. This time it's middle set to Haney. Haney rolls it in, finds the floor. Just a big opening in the middle. And it was found by Haney. 2-2 is the score, set 3. The aforementioned Fallon Sheldon, solid senior for the Cowgirls. Another good serve. Brodigan with the serve, or with the hit. Saved by Brumbaugh to Foster, pushed by Lily Peters, but knocked right back at her by Mia Goodman. Point Wolverines.
Here we go unofficially, Coach, here as we roll here early in the 3rd set. Eve Brumbaugh leads the team right now with 7 kills, followed suit by Addie Haining 5, Macy Graham 5.
Goodman over, passed by Haining up to Foster. Foster in the middle to Peters. Peters hit over, blocked by Stokes. Gets that Brodigan on the outside. Brodigan the swing, saved by Brumbaugh. Up to Foster. Outside to Peters. Peters, a little bit of roll hit. Stokes in the middle, big swing. It's going to go off the freshman Addison Foster to the wall. East Mills answers 4-2. Goodman serves into the net.
I think you jinxed her.
Well,
because earlier in the
not
set
on
you were
purpose.
saying she was one of their best servers, or did she lead her?
Coach,
lead the team?
she leads the team with 28 aces, and she's second on the team with serve success. I didn't jinx her, varsity bound did. Brodigan, big swing, blocked right back there. Was not blocked. They call a tape. They call 4 hits. Did not clear the tape. 4-4 to score, set 3. Sidney leads the match, 2-0.
4-4, back and forth. Wouldn't change this for nothing. Cowgirl volleyball.
Addie Hanning, serve up. Great serve. Nice hustle by the Warriors. Going to be pushed over to the Cowgirls. Hanning, Foster, Graham. Back row, down. Becoming repetitive.
That's exciting.
Hanning up, over, in. Save Thornburg. Thornburg, good set from the back row. Pass. They get the ball over to Cowgirls. Lily Peters up, push it over. Jones up. Stokes, big swing. Great dig by Brumbaugh. Just unable to chase it down was Addie Haney with good hustle.
We were talking about, Eve getting a bunch of digs. Eve right now is 3rd in this set with 11 digs so far.
Good serve by Stokes. Great dig by Haney. Graham with a roll hit. Blocked the net by Jones. That was Boban, I'm sorry. Lily Peters over. Pass up. We're going to the middle. Oh, Brodigan passed it over. Haney, Foster, Graham blocked right back at her. Save Foster. Outside this time, Lily Peters. Lily Peters roll hit off the block and to the floor. 6-5 Cowgirls. Senior Lily Peters back to serve for Sidney.
Lily Peters was another one of those girls we were mentioning those others. Lily Peters didn't get on the court a lot the last couple of years. And for her, she, like you're saying, she paid those dues. Look what she's doing now.
A lot of action. Both teams push the ball over. Foster, Brumbaugh at the swing, off the block and out. Great swing by Eve Brumbaugh. The 5'5" senior sends a message. Lily Peters, serve is over and in. Goodman, push at the middle. Nice answer by Brooke Jones, the 5'8" sophomore. Good set by Mia Goodman.
Good job of finding the open hole there by East Mills. They found that hole in the defense there by the Cowgirls. Bring it back within one.
Riley Brodigan for the Wolverines. Up and over, passed up by Peters. Foster to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with another hard swing. Goodman to the middle of Bobin. Saved by the Cowgirls. Jacobs this time to Brumbaugh is swinging, coach. Did that get a touch? Did we get a touch? Cowgirls looking for a touch. It was. 8-6. To what Brumbaugh came out swinging set 3, coach.
Yes, she did. That's a good thing is, our down spot for us has usually been that set 3. We kind of get lackadaisical, and right now we got an 8-6 lead, so that's good to see.
Jacobs over, Lawman up. Palmer on the swing. Goodman up. Bobin with the kill. Audrey Bowman, the 5'8" senior, to the floor. Great effort by Gabby Jacobs for the Cowgirls, but unable to save that. Bring the score 8-7 with number 6, Venna Sayers, sophomore, back to back to serve. Lily Peters the pass. Brumbaugh up and over. Sayers up. Palmer swing. Nice attempt by Foster, just too close to net. That was an overpass to the net. Foster unable to save it. Ball finds the floor, 8-8 in set 3. Sayers, I said back to set because she is the setter, one of the setters on this East Mills team. And there's a service error. Long. Side out. Cowgirls plus the point, 9-8. Another setter, our freshman setter, coach. Back to serve for the Cowgirls. Did a very nice job in set 2, serving back there. Nice kill. Pass by Peters to Foster. Back to rope attack by Peters. Up and over. Sayers in the middle. Out. If we didn't get a touch, that's point Cowgirls. No touch, point Cowgirls. Bobin a little long on that attack.
Good job by the Cowgirls. Got out to 10. See if we can extend this a little further.
Foster serve over. Sayers up. Attacked by Bobin. Set by Foster. Outside to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with another swing. And it's blocked straight down on their side of the net. Point Cowgirls. Brumbaugh on fire.
She's feeling it right now. I keep feeding her the ball, coach.
Absolutely. Another consistent serve by the freshman. Pass tight to the net. East Mills does a great job getting over. Foster. Middle to Sheldon. Sheldon blocked back as a block in. Block falls in. Good block by Mia Goodman.
Yeah, that height East Mills has there across the front of the line, it's hard to go right at them. But, they're giving it a shot. Big swings. East Mills doing a good job on their side of the court.
Senior Jenna Thornburg serving for the Wolverines. Up over, pass from Peters up to Foster. Attacked by Haining. Haining blocked right back at her. East Mills almost stopped playing. I think there's a net violation, but everybody's still rolling, and Sheldon up the swing, blocked right back at her by Stokes. East Mills, a couple of consecutive blocks, coach. Defensive points.
Yep. Nope, they're getting a little excited over there and, just getting into it here. They're
Thornburg
bringing
on serve.
it back.
Pass from Peters. Overpass. Again, put Addie Foster in a no-win situation at the net with the height from East Mills. Pushed down to the floor by East Mills. Things tied up at 11. Serve over by Thornburg. Foster chased it down, set back row attack by Jacobs. Thornburg pass up to Sayers, outside to Palmer. Palmer with the swing, saved by Brumbaugh. It's going to be a kind of an error there. Push Brumbaugh way too wide, the antenna unable to hit it over. East Mills takes her first lead of the set 3, 12-11.
I'd like to say that's about, what, 3-4 in a row there for East Mills. Take the lead here, 12-11.
Yep, Thornburg serve over. Pass by Jacobs up to Foster outside to Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh tip after big swings. Great placement. That's got it non-returnable. Again, Brumbaugh says, I've been swinging, so this is a great time for one of those little tap overs. Found a spot, not returned. Now she's at the service line. Brumbaugh over. It's a really good job by Stokes and Sayers to save that point. Palmer at the swing, saved by Brumbaugh. Peters now at the swing, and down. There's a lot of question. That ball was close to going outside the antenna, but everybody called it in. We got, if nothing changes, we point Cowgirls.
Yeah, what they're saying is that ball was on this side of the antenna, and Coach Chano, you know, she said it wasn't.
No. She's seen a few, so she said it wasn't, it was not, and that ball is out. East Mills reeling a little bit, coming off that controversial, what they feel is a controversial call, but.
You know, I sit there, you know, I think we got two of the better ones here watching the lines between Janice and Dave. They know what they're looking for here, so.
Foster up outside to Haney, big swing off of the back rope attempt by Sayers. Point Cowgirls. Cowgirls roll out to a 15-12 lead, and East Mills is kind of out of sorts after a few of those. And Connie Viner does a smart move here and takes a timeout, trying to regroup her girls.
Yep, nope, that's a tough, you know, now you got to, you know, we've been in that group where now you got to regroup for East Mills. You know, the call didn't go your way on that one. You know, we've been on that note where coaching football, our guys are saying, hey, look for the flag instead of playing football, and it hurt us down the road. You know, just take that deep breath. Don't worry about the officials and play your ball, which they've got a lot of talented players over there hitting the ball. You know, keep setting it, keep hitting it on their end, and things are going to fall.
And just by watching Coach Viner's actions in the huddle, I think she's telling her girls the same thing you just said. I can see her saying, calm down, we're good, you know, let's just play volleyball.
You know, that's so tough to do when I mean, I could say that up here, but you know, when you're in the in the thick of things down there on the court, you know, this game's a game of inches. So you need those calls, and you know, it's tough, but you got to just take a deep breath, relax, and keep playing, you know, let the refs do their job, and, you know, and they're here to call it both ways.
And right now, for the Cowgirls, your job is to keep the hammer down. And Brumbaugh with going to a serve off of Thornburg in the back row, push it 16-12. Brumbaugh up. Serve over and in to Thornburg again. Overpass. Haining up to push it back to the floor. Oh, it looks like we got a carry. We did. We got a whistle there. It's going to be a carry on the. And Brumbaugh with another ace leads our team in serve success. The senior rock and rolling from the net and from the service line, Coach. Another nice serve. Overpass, and Sheldon attacks. Fallon Sheldon says, you know what, Macy Graham, you've done that 3 times. It's my turn. And she knew exactly what to do with that overpass.
You know, I'd like to say, Coach, our girls are on an 8-point run right now. I think I said East Mills went on that 5-point run to make it 12-11 for them, but we've just been on a 8-point run here.
Good save by Gabby Jacobs. Stokes pushes the ball over, doesn't take a big swing, finds an opening. Gabby Jacobs with a nice dive to dig that thing out, but we're unable to do anything with it after that save. East Mills stops the bleeding at 18-13. With Lucy Palmer, the 5'6" sophomore, back to serve over. Jacobs pass up to Foster. Foster outside to Sheldon. I would too. Swing, senior, down. I feed Fallon Sheldon also, Coach.
Yep, Fallon, that was a good night for her so far. Seeing the court very, very well. And, you know, it seemed like she took a little bit off that to find that middle in the defense.
And now Fallon's back to serve. Ball over in. Stokes went up attack. Brodigan down, saved by Sheldon. Foster set up. Lily Peters swing. Dug out. Sayers up. Swing off the block. Off the block was Palmer. and down. Point Wolverines, 19-14. Mia Goodman back to serve. 5'6" senior. Goodman over. Hanning, pass up to Foster. Foster sets. Back row. Actually, wasn't back row, just a little deep. Stokes up at the swing. Jacob gets a hand on off the ceiling. Brumbaugh with a nice save. A little close to net. We're going to go up and have a push, and it's going to be East Mill point. Stokes won the battle at the net with Graham. 19-15. Goodman still at the service line. Jacobs with the pass. Lily Peters hit, and it's in. Right over the outside shoulder, right outside the left shoulder of Thornburg. She thought maybe it was going to be out, but it dropped in. Nice placement by Lily Peters. Addie Hanning to serve 20-15. Cowgirls race to 20. Coach, Cowgirls are there.
There you go, 5 points away from taking this 3-0, which is very surprising to me.
Great serve by Hanning. Good dig by Thornburg. Pass close to net. Good save by Sayers. Or Goodman, I'm sorry. Foster up to Graham. Graham down and in. We got a whistle somewhere along the line. It's East Mills in the net. 21-15 Cowgirls. Addie Hanning to the service line. 4 from closing the door on this one. Addie Hanning toss. Serve up. Nice serve. Goodman up. Push over by Palmer. Brumbaugh passes over for the Cowgirls. Broding with the hit. Great dig by Brumbaugh. Played off the basket. Jacobs does. We're going to get the ball over with Graham. Reset things. Goodman to Stokes. Blocked by Graham. Saves it. Over by Jacobs. Hanning digs this out. Over. East Mills does a great job saving that. Up and Graham swings. Dock to the floor. I don't even have words. I can't even go back and try to replay that.
I'm speechless. I'm in awe. I'm glad I'm not a referee because I was just sitting there in awe watching all these hits back and forth. Timeout, East Mills, 22-15 Cowgirls.
There were bodies all over the floor on both sides of the net. One-handed saves, ball up. It looks like it's going to hit the floor. East Mills saves it. Sidney Sprawls saves it. Nothing was pretty, but the hustle was fantastic. And Connie Viner takes her second timeout, trailing 22-15. Cowgirls now just trying to finish this thing out. You know, earlier I said I had a feel of going 5. And if it continues, this thing is going to end in 3, which makes that statement look foolish. But I'm telling you, those first 2 sets could have gone either way, and it still felt like it could go 5.
The way these girls are playing, if we end up getting these next 3 points before they get theirs, it does not feel like we're ending this in 3 just by the level of play between both teams, the excitement, the heart, the hustle. It's been fun.
And I'm not trying to jump the gun in any way. This is a far from over. The Cowgirls still need 3 points here. Hanning, again, out of that timeout from Viner, puts it in net. It's 22-16. Stokes back to serve. She's done a lot of good things from the service line in this rotation. Great serve. Great serve, great ace by Stokes. Evelyn Stokes, 5'11", junior. Just cleared the net, just inside the line.
Good thing that's going to help us here, Coach, is if we can get a side out here, it looks like Evelyn Stokes would go out, so you won't have her hitting the ball in the front row.
Pass up by Jacobs. Set, Graham off the block. Outside set to Broding, and Broding with the swing. Roll hit, Jacobs up to Foster. Foster outside to Lily Peters. Lily Peters swing off the block and down to the floor. Boom. Lily Peters, number 15, the senior, answers 23-17. And you are correct, Stokes is out of the match, which is good news for the home team.
2 points away, 23-17. Lily Peters back to serve.
Peters serve, up, over, in. Lama pass, free over to Sidney. Hanning up to Foster. Foster sets up, going to be Brumbaugh running just to tip it over. A little confusion there by the Cowgirls, but we get a free chance again. The pass is over and deep from the Wolverines. We're going to match point now, 24-17. Senior Lily Peters back to serve for the Cowgirls. Peter serve in. Lahman. It's going to be so close to the net. Joust the net. It's down. That's a match. Coach, 25-17. The Cowgirls come in and sweep the Wolverines, make a great big statement in the Corner Conference. Big win for the home team this evening.
That's a big statement win there for the Cowgirls, a much-needed win. Like I said, dropping that first game to Stanton in the conference. This isn't like basketball, you know, and baseball, softball, where you play each team twice. You only get one chance at each team here in the conference, and that is huge for our Cowgirls, you know, taking a big one there from East Mills to keep us in second place there in the conference.
Watching the girls celebrate, they knew how big this was. Coach Johnson and Coach Johnson over there, both all smiles. They knew this was a big one. You know, I'm glad the Cowgirls won. It was a great match, but I'm not tired of watching this volleyball.
No, I'm actually kind of sad that everybody's leaving the gym right now. I'd like to see a couple more sets between the two teams. That's fun. It's fun to watch good volleyball, and you have two perennial powers here in Southwest Iowa over the last 5-10 years. And whenever East Mills comes to town, you know it's going to be a battle and a dogfight. And it was fun to watch. I mean, what do we have? 25-23, 26-24. You can't get much closer than that, Coach.
No. And even this last one at 25-17 didn't feel like that big a spread. It was a game all the way through as far as the score. We got on a little bit of run there, widened it out. But even at 22-15, I mean, East Mills comes out and steals a couple points from us and make us earn it.
Yep, here, you want me to go see if we can find us?
Yeah, we'll get a few stats in front of us, and if you hang on tight at home in just a few minutes, we'll bring up a girl or two and let them visit a little bit. Welcome.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Welcome back as I'm joined here by two of the Cowgirls this evening after a fantastic volleyball match with the Cowgirls winning in 3, joined by senior Fallon Sheldon. Fallon, tonight we sit up here and we're just awe of all the hustle. East Mills, year after year, seems to be good, and every year Sidney shows up and you girls just play. What about East Mills that brings the best out in the Cowgirl volleyball?
They're a scrappy team, and they're always going to hustle for it. They're never going to give up on the play, so that keeps us on our toes, and we always have to give 100% hustle. So when they give all their effort, we give even more. So
And it showed. I don't know how many times Coach Lang and I just looked at you and said, oh, wow, there's bodies all over the floor. Girls are diving everywhere, just keeping balls off the floor, making the most of it. Hey, this team started out 1-4, right? And although we had dropped those 4, it seemed like every match we had taken at least a set from very good teams, and we just couldn't finish. And since then, Coach Johnson told me, he said, hey, we're going to take this 1 point at a time. And you girls have reeled off 8 wins in a row. What can you say about this group and how they're starting to come together?
I can just say I'm proud of this group. After we went 1-4 the first games, we went in the coach's classroom one day and we sat down and said, hey, what's wrong? What do we need to fix here? And everybody kind of put it out on the table and we're honest with each other. And this is probably the best team I've ever played on as far as chemistry with each other and getting along and cohesiveness. So we just kind of worked together and we picked each other up, and it was just a really team effort.
Yeah, I know that the team is fantastic, but you're a huge part of this. Looking up stats, getting ready for the Essex match that we called, and this one, I go to Varsity Bound, and I go through each category, and there's Fallon Sheldon, and Fallon Sheldon, and Fallon Sheldon. You're leaving your mark. You know, it's taking a lot of hard work. You're a senior. What are your goals, not only for yourself, but for this team and maybe for yourself as this season keeps going forward and comes to the end of your career?
My whole goal this season is just to leave it all out on the court. I never know when it's going to be your last game. Injury strikes any time. You never know. My goal is to give it all, and this is the last chance I get to do this. So everything I've got is everything I'm given.
That's a fantastic outlook. And I tell you what, talking to one young lady who really left a mark tonight is going to leave her mark on this program, and we're going to pass the headset over to another young lady who's just the start of hers. Fallon, you want to hand that to Addie Foster, please?
Yes.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. You got it. Sorry if I'm sweating that.
We're joined now by freshman setter Addison Foster. I tell you what, freshman, big-time match. Was that any fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's fun for us to watch you. And again, talking about stats with Fallon, just being a freshman, I've talked to both Coach Johnsons, head coach Brad and assistant coach Kathy, and they can't say enough good things about you coming in as a freshman, maybe not expecting to be in this role, but the way things fell, you find yourself on a quarter starter, and you lead the conference in assist, and it's really not even close. What can you say about this experience so far?
It's been scary, but the team has definitely helped me and supported me through all of it.
Yeah, you're surrounded by seniors. I mean, obviously you got a few juniors out there with Macy and so on, but I tell you, we talked early in the match about 2 of the key positions on the floor, setter and libero, and we got a freshman sophomore. That's got to be fun to look at the future with you two young girls right there in the middle.
Yep.
And you know what I like, just as a coach and as somebody who calls some volleyball games, you know what, you're hustling all over the floor, and you know what, mistakes are going to be made, and I saw when things didn't go your way, you know what you did? Shrug your shoulders, smile, and you got right back at it.
Yeah, the girls help me with that. They keep me going, have good energy.
Good energy, and what I asked Fallon when I finished up with asking you one final question. Obviously, your girls have reeled off 8 in a row. You're on a roll. It's got to be a fun time for you, and we wish you all the luck moving forward. What kind of goals do you have set for the team and then yourself? Find yourself in this big role in the big stage. The Corner Conference is a good conference of volleyball. You look at the state, and year in and year out, it seems like the Corner Conference is represented at the state tournament. And if not, sometimes it's multiple. And here you are, freshman, on this stage in this conference. Any type of goals, or is it just take it one game at a time?
Taking it one game at a time is really important. I hope to continue, keep going strong with the team.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, we wish you all the luck in the world. You're a lot of fun to watch, and it's going to be a fun 4 years for you. Thank you, Addison. Well, that's going to wrap it up from Sidney as we got to talk to 2 Cowgirls, senior Fallon Sheldon, who really dominated her aspect of the match tonight, and Addison Foster all over the floor. Of course, Eve Brumbaugh, standout tonight for the Cowgirls, and we were going to talk to her, but I think KMA kind of trumped as coach. When you put KMA on your shirt, you kind of trump the old guys up here in the seats in back. So we'll let Trevor talk to Coach Johnson and Eve, and I appreciate Fallon and Addison for coming up here and visiting with us.